Hey, what's going on everyone? I have officially decided to give you update number 2 on the Planet Aquarium. This is officially going to be a thing. I'll be releasing videos every couple of weeks to give you a story of how this tank is unfolding. So, we've had some significant changes, big surprises, and some challenges so far. I'll run you through them all right away. You'll see a big difference. The tank's actually quite a lot brighter. I have added another Kessel. So the reason behind this was the two 360s that you see on the left and right of the tank. They were doing their job, but I spent an incredible amount of money on these lights, but I was emitting half of the power onto the bloody wood itself. So most of the light that was meant to go into the tank was just not being used to its full potential. So I've adjusted the locations of the goosenecks. They're now on the far left and right hand sides, so they're leaning over a bit more. The best result of this is the HC is just purling. It is loving the new location of this light, so I think a job well done. But having said moving those two, I needed something in the middle. The plants at the back of the tank were just not getting the tender love and care they needed. So the Kessel, which I had lying around from my previous fish tank, has now been added on. We got the three amigos. So there's been a couple of updates. I'll just go through. I've actually got a list of all the plants to actually preach off to you right now, so I'm not going to be stumbling with all these scientific names. Probably get a lot of the pronunciations wrong, but let's just give it a crack. So, what we've done so far with the extra light, I've had to start dosing EI. We have here, I've got a large container of KNO3. I forgot how to actually say that, so there we go. That's muck up number 1. But I can say this one because it's actually on the label. I am also dosing monopotassium phosphate, KH2PO4. So that's also being added. That's definitely helping the plant's growth along with the KNO3, but more importantly, you gotta give every plant their, multivitamin. We've got a chelated aquarium micronutrients mix. So all of these were purchased from Aqua not too long ago. They're actually the most efficient way of dosing nutrients into your tank, and by all means it's the most cost-effective way of doing it. Now, you'll see here, the new growth has got a lot of algae on it. We're battling blackbeard algae and staghorn algae at the moment. I'm not too fussed about the green spot algae that we've got happening on the rocks. I've got a lot less happening on the tank itself now, so the glass is doing well. But the one thing that I'm more concerned about is I've just got to, ooh, there you go, there's a bit of pearl from the HC. A bit more concerned about increasing the CO2 slightly. I almost gassed the fish last night. They didn't like that too much, so I've got to try and get balance happening at the moment. The Rotala indica is actually being spaced out at the moment. I'm chopping it up where I feel the need to. Just on the left hand side there, I've done it as well. So that is my, I have to say, that's the most favourite plant I have in the tank. Your repens, a lot of it's now been bunched up. I had some spare repens separated throughout the tank, so I've just decided to put them all together. It looks a bit nicer. HC has almost doubled in size. Let's actually see if I can get a close up on that pearling. Wonder if this camera will do it. There we go. There's the bubble. It's loving it. CO2's turned off at the moment. It's just past 10 o'clock, so the solenoid's been activated with the timer, so the reactor's putting out what's left. What we have here is, let's see the worst of the algae. It's under this light where the CO2 seems to be the most abundant, which doesn't make sense to me. I guess I'll keep increasing it to see if we can fight it off, but right in front of you now is the worst infestation I have of blackbeard algae, and it seems to be in this Viscidens. We'll get through it. I've been chopping at it along with this Viscidens as well. We'll get through it. The staghorn algae was quite unreal on this. I had to chop this willow moss back. I gave it away to a friend, so he'll do what he needs to do to I guess, cultivate it. I don't know, propagate it. He's gonna love it. Willow moss isn't the easiest plant to obtain in Queensland at the moment, so he was very happy that he got that. You'll notice here the colour of my cardinal tetras are actually popping out a bit more. I realised that my GH in the previous water changes weren't the best. I was increasing GH for no apparent reason, and they were stressing out. The colour of them wasn't too nice. So now that I've just used plain Brisbane tap water, they're enjoying their environment a lot more. There's a lot more energy in them. They're not schooling as tightly as they need to. They feel safe and happy in this tank at the moment. I'll tell you now, came home to one of the most pleasant experiences I've seen in this tank so far. Where is she? She's around somewhere. Where has she gone? The Episto female. She is the yellowest, oh there she is, the yellowest she's been so far. And that's for one apparent reason. She's not happy at the moment. She's swimming around, doesn't know what's going on. But when I got home, she was surrounded by like 30 or 50 babies. That's a big difference, maybe 40 or 50. But she was tightly kept back in this. Actually, where's my list? What's this plant name? Let's make sure that you guys know what we've got going in this tank at the moment. Here we go. So this plant in front of you, the big green one, is Lindernia SP Green. It grows like a weed. I'm having to chop it back every single day. Not every day, that's an overstatement. Every week, let's say that. But she's yellow. She's, oops, see, she's pecking. There's another blue ram. But it wasn't the happiest stories to tell. When I started feeding the fish at the usual feeding time, the babies ended up coming out onto this rock here, and they were slowly being picked away by tetras and the cherry barbs. Them didn't make me happy, and it sure didn't make her happy. She's got some bruises on her tail from trying to defend the babies. She's been slapping fish, slapping rocks. She's still looking for her babies. But they didn't all turn into fish food. I've got them, I've saved them, they're in the sump. I'll show you where they are later. Even the male copped a beating. He's got a bruised cheek. I don't know, maybe he was naughty. I saw him trying to help out by collecting the babies, but I guess the female thought she was eating them. He was eating them. Too bad, buddy. You'll learn your lesson. Look at the colours on him. He's just fantastic. I'm thinking about getting another pair. I don't know. I'll throw out a couple more questions and see how they should fit in. Alright, so names of plants. The red one at the back is a... let's hope I get this right. It's either a Ludwiga senengalensis, and this red one down the front here with the weapons is actually, let's hope so. I'd love, no, this is the senengalensis, yes. Because I got more stems of that than I do the one at the back. The one at the back, the tallest red one, that is just a masterpiece in the tank right now. It's growing so well. That is the Ludwiga glandulosa. It's loving its location. Just behind it is a Cryptocrine crispatula balancea. It's just poking its leaves through. It is looking so much better than it was last week. It was having pinholes and it was dying back, but now I know that the EI dosing is just what it needed. It is going nuts. Rotala Hurrah has finally recovered from its hydrogen peroxide bath. It's now shooting out like crazy. You see here. Oh, it's my second favourite plant in this tank. Once that gets really bushy, as you'll see here, it just looks sparse and lanky. All the leaves on the bottom have just died off. I do believe these blue rams, the male's colours are just popping out at the moment, and you'll see here, they've actually removed my ADA. Underneath that is a your average everyday layer stocking for women. I filled that up with ADA Amazonia just to build up the substrate, but I think they want a nest there. She's got a pink belly, she's been acting weird. She was probably going to pop out babies soon enough. We'll see how it goes. Now that I've lowered the water parameters to be a bit softer, they seem to be doing a lot better. The colours on this male is just fantastic. You'll see here. Oh, every time I see it, it annoys me. Let's see if I can get close up. See, it's fuzzy, it's hairy, staghorn or blackbeard algae. Don't know what it is. It's one of the two. We'll get rid of it. We'll get rid of you one day. CO2. Alright, so the thing that I didn't have in the last update video is the bubble checker. We got it. Good friend of mine actually threw it in a delivery for me. Complimentary. It's been able to help me figure out how much CO2 needs to go in. Why did I turn this off? Oh, I guess the last few remains are actually coming through the lines at the moment. Solenoid's off. I should know that. Alright. Corey's doing nicely. Hey, you my little buddy. Little pygmy Corey. Hello, buddy. Alright. HM in the front of the cave there. This is where all the magic happened. This is where this little cave here, this is where the Apistocacatuity spent 2 days, the female. We didn't know where she went. We thought she was dead. She was sick. She was in this tunnel. She laid, quite a few eggs. But she's done now. Won't be too long until we get another batch, I bet. But I think what helped out is I plant this big bunch of HM in front of it. I had to have assisted her mood for things, knowing that there was only one way into the cave. She really liked that. So, I had to move what used to be here in the front. I don't know if you can see it properly. Used to be the red tiger lotus. I think it's a lotus. Let's hope so. Now it's moved. Moved it here. Next to the HM, which seems to be sprouting like there's no tomorrow. I keep trimming that on a weekly basis. It's growing nuts. The Anubias petite at the moment is covered in algae. It doesn't like the highlight, but this one does. So a few adaptations I've got to make. The Monte Carlo at the back here, it's growing nuts on the rock. So I haven't done a good job of keeping the back up to date here. You'll see here, this used to be sand. That should be a creek. It's not. I didn't put the correct amount of rocks behind it, so as the fish swim to and from behind here, they're just bringing all the soil with them. Oh well. I'll clean that up soon. We'll turn this into a proper display tank soon enough. I'm just waiting for everything to grow in. Alright. Just don't want to drag this video out too long. I'm sure you want to know what's going on. I just don't know what that plan is. If anyone can help me out with what this plan is, I have no idea. I'll take you around the front. Let's see what it looks like. To me, it reminds me of one of those Japanese clovers. I don't know what they are. I've seen them before, but it's just popping out like a vine. It's mental. Anyway, moss on this log, spiky moss. Yee. It's actually coming out now. Now that I've positioned the light a bit better, it's loving where it is. Alright. Whoa, look at all the pearling on the lotus. Hang on, let me see if I can zoom in on that. Wow. There is so many. Oh, actually, I think that was the solenoid. That turned it off. Okay. Whatever. There you go. Look at that. Nice. Blue ram. Nice. Now, update on the sump. You'll see straight away there's something I need to do. And that's clean the filter sock. Let me zoom out. It's overflowing. I guess it's just chocolate blocks right now. I'll have to fix that without a doubt. So the water line is actually here, but the sock is up here. Concerning. But oh well. You'll see a couple of changes. I've rearranged the sump. The moss, not moss, sorry. The moss is there. But the filter wall, the filter sponge, has been laid down flat. So all the gunk that actually comes through makes it out, red cherry poo, it'll all go down underneath that. So you'll find that the marine pure is just not being smothered in crap and just rolling around in its own feces. But it's now got correct, I would say increased surface area now that it's up above the bottom of the glass. I thought that was a tactical move. I'm not sure if it helped, but I don't know. Looks a lot better now. There's no filter floss, which ended up being blocked up here. It turned almost black brown, and took a week for me to have to change it. It just seemed a bit unnecessary. The second I undid everything in the sump, the red cherries were everywhere. I was chasing them out for days, so now they've got more playground. But the cherry colony has just gotten so much bigger. You'll see that there's babies swimming around. You'll see that there's females buried everywhere. And more importantly, let's see if I can spot them. Let's find them. There should be 20 odd Lepistocacatuides fry in this tank. Where are you? I'll give you a close up on the shrimps. I'll show you their colony. They've gotten so much redder. I've been able to replace the light here and... Oh, there they are. They're all in the corner. I wonder if we can actually zoom in on that. I don't have the correct things to feed them, but I dare say that they're going to do a lot better in here than they will in the main tank, because boy did I see some of them get snapped up. They just turn into fish food. I don't know if you can see them properly in there. It's a pity, this camera. See like a tadpole thing in the corner there. For me, where I'm sitting, I can tell you right now I can see 4 or 5 of them sitting in that corner. Maybe 4 or 5 in the other corner. Oh, there's one here. Let's see. Hello, little buddy. There you go. 2 beady eyeballs on him. Now that's what you call a fry. See if I can hold the camera steady. He's not moving, but he has the smallest fins. He is the cutest thing. He just looks like a baby tadpole. Let's just hope they grow up. They'll get big enough, then they'll start terrorizing the crystal shrimp, and then I'll take them out and I'll put them in the main tank. I'm not too fussed if they survive or die. I mean, I didn't anticipate this tank to be a breeder tank. I just threw in some fish and they seem to do their business. Natural way of life. But make do with what I've got and see what we can produce. Alright, I've changed here. I've just got some filter wool here. It's just dripping out onto this. It's filtering out what it needs to do. It's black, full of crap. Some of the baby red cherry shrimp actually make their way through this sponge and get into this area here, and they end up going through the pump into the main tank. I think I was zooming in on a red cherry up there earlier. There's I think it's 2 red cherry babies in the main tank. They seem to make it through. They're the daredevils they are. They'll do what they want. They own this tank. I'll let them do what they want. But there you go. I need to top it up. I've just thrown in some of the extra, what is it? Sponge in the bottom here. Just acts as extra media. Pinned up all the wiring there. Looks a bit neater. But that's about it for now. You'll just have to wait for update number 3 to see how everything's going. Plants are looking a bit tacky at the moment. I'm just waiting to keep replanting, and then this tank will look as lush as it possibly can. Just have to look out for the next update. I've got a bonus for you, for those who've actually sticked around through all my rambling. I am about to show you the second tank I have in this house, and it's a beauty. It's not as big as this one. This is my beauty. Let's just put it out there. But we actually have been working on these for a while now. House is messy, don't worry. I'm always messy, says the missus. Have a look. This, actually, let me step back. This is my pure red line and crystal red shrimp tank. Don't know if I showed it to anyone else on YouTube, but this is the first time it's made it up. There are about 3 or 4 buried crystal reds at the moment. Look at that. That is actually one of my pure red lines. See the difference there. There's one of my low-grade crystal reds. There's one of my nice, she seems to clean in her bottom, one of my pure red lines. These guys are the most energetic shrimp I have seen. I love them without a doubt. I just can't wait to have a massive colony of them. There's some HC. I'm trying to grow that without CO2. See how that goes. You've got a, what is it? Eheim Compact 40 filter just hanging off the side there. You can see all the shrimp food that I've got. They get fed 3 times a week. They just seem to graze on whatever grows in the tank. They do what they do. But these are just beautiful. They were my first love for shrimp. I think I'll keep pure red lines till the day that I die. They're just beautiful. But you've got the bonsai. Have a look how nice that tree looks from a distance. It actually looks like a tree. It's just moss. It's growing like a tree. It's nice. Well, I'll give you updates on that later now, won't I? As the colony grows, I don't think the plants will change. The colony and the shrimp numbers will just grow. Maybe the quality of the shrimp will get better. Who knows? But that's just my Aquascaped ADA 30 centimeter light that I got the other day. So that's why I thought I'd show this tank off. it's bright, it's nice. All right, enough rambling. I better go. Keep a lookout for the next update. Enjoy the rest of your night. Give this video a like, thumbs up, give me a comment, ask me some questions. I really do enjoy helping out anyone that's in need, so if you've got some questions, just let me know. But for the time being, I'll see you all in the next episode.